Afternoon, everybody. Chris Palme here again in downtown Buffalo for the Buffalo Bisons game against the Red Sox here tonight at 5:35 as a part of a twilight doubleheader. If you can't get down to the ballpark, you can get tickets at bisons.com, or you can catch the game on the radio with Pat Malacaro and Duke Mgr tonight as well. I have a special guest with me, and Pat Malacaro, he's the Mgr of Communications for the Buffalo Bisons and the play-by-play announcer for the Buffalo Bisons. Good afternoon, Pat. How you doing?
Hey, Chris. Great to chat with you today. It's a beautiful day here in Buffalo, so what better place to be, right?
Absolutely. What were your thoughts on the first half of the season for this 2023 Buffalo Bisons team? And can you just tell my audience a little bit about some of the changes with minor league baseball?
Yeah, it was an up and down, a little bit of a winding road, if you will, for this Bison team. A lot of prospects that are now here in Buffalo, and guys that maybe were here for the second time or third time in some cases, really just kind of establishing themselves here in AAA. So it was an up and down first half, but I think a lot of experience was gained by a lot of these players, and some of the top prospects are here as well. So, Addison Barger missed about 2 months with an elbow injury. He's back now and playing well. So, the second half of the season, it's two halves this year, where the first 75 games, Norfolk won the first half. They'll host whoever wins the second half is the last 75 games, which starts tonight for the Bisons and Red Sox. And that'll be a best-of-3 series. So it's been different, and it's been an adjustment, too, with the ABS, the automatic balls and strike system, where in the first 3 days of the series, or Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, there's a technology that actually calls the balls and strikes, and the umpire listens in an earpiece and will call out the balls and strikes from that. And then you've got the challenge system Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So it's been an adjustment period for all these players, and I think they finally, after a month and a half of that, almost 2 months of it, really gotten a handle.
Can you see these changes going to Major League Baseball in the next couple of years?
Yeah, I think it's not a question of if, but when Major League Baseball goes to some sort of ABS system. I think the challenge system is probably the way to go. Do you get 3 challenges the way you do here in minor leagues? Because a lot of the changes that have been made at the big league level have been tried out here in the past. The bigger bases, which we've been using in minor league baseball for a couple of years now. Last year, game times were cut down 25 minutes because of the pace of play rules that are now in the big leagues. So this has been the place where you test out the rules to see if they work, and when they do, then you see them implemented at the big league level.
For fans who haven't come to a Bisons game yet, what kind of identity is Casey Candell trying to establish with his team, and what do you look upon for the second half of the season from this Bisons team?
I think for Casey, look, he keeps a lighthearted attitude, but also you've got to come to work and be prepared. So you're going to see a team that doesn't make a lot of mistakes on the bases or in the field, because they're always prepared, and that's a hallmark of Casey. You can have fun. You can, there's a time for fun, but there's also a time to get down to business, and that's what we've seen. And we've seen so many players now at the big league level reap the benefits of that. Bullpen-wise, a lot of pitchers have gone up to the big leagues. Bowden Francis, the latest example. He gets his work done, and he pitches well here, and he goes up to the big leagues. So that's one thing for Casey. And look, you're going to see, like I mentioned, Addison Barger, Yosef Zulueta, who'll be going to the Futures game in under 2 weeks now, just over a week. He's here in Buffalo. He's been here all year. Hagen Danner, who was a catcher by trade, turned into a pitcher, top 30 prospect. He's here with Buffalo. So if you're a Blue Jays fan, look, we're fan affordable. I know the exchange rate is something to consider, but $19 if you come down the day of the game, $16 American ahead of time if you go to bisons.com. So those ticket prices, you can sit in the first, second row right off the field. Unfortunately in the big leagues, you're not able to do that necessarily at those prices. So come down to a game. We have our July 3rd game coming up. I know Canada Day weekend is such a big part of life up in Canada, with Saturday being July 1st. We have our big day here, July 3rd. So maybe you're taking an extended week off following Canada Day. Come down to the ballpark, and we still have half of our home schedule left, including another series at the end of July, 1 in August, and 3 in September.
Do you find the bigger bases, have you seen an increase in stolen bases?
Yeah, Cameron Eden is 30 steals and 31 tries. He's the latest example. 2 years ago was Forrest Wall. Players have taken advantage of him, and the ability of a catcher like Gabriel Moreno, who was here last year, to throw runners out is so valuable now. So yeah, it's definitely made an impact, and it's increased offense in baseball. So I'm sure Major League Baseball is probably happy with that change.
Thoughts on the matchup, the doubleheader tonight with the Red Sox?
Yeah, it'd be a good matchup. This is a team that Worcester has had the better of Buffalo over the season, 8 wins in 12 games. But this Bison team, like I mentioned, they put the work in. So I think fresh start. The standings go back to 0-0 for the second half. So I think that fresh start and that mentality of things are starting over again, probably it will be a good thing for this Bisons team.
And for those who can't get down to the ballpark tonight, what's the best way for them to watch or listen to the game?
Yeah, so Bally Live is a newer app that you can watch the game for free. You don't even have to pay for it. Bally Live, check it out on the Apple App Store or the Google Play system. And also, if you had the MLB TV package, if you're a Blue Jays fan and you have that, you should be able to get our games. It's on the premium subscription, over the air on the radio on AM 1520, or the Odyssey app, AUDACY, the same station that you may be able to hear favorite hockey and football teams on. You can hear us on there as well if you just search the Bet 1520. So a lot of different ways and a lot of great ways to follow this Bisons team. And maybe you can't get down here this summer. Maybe you have to plan for next summer, but plenty of ways to follow along.
Before we wrap this up, thoughts on the Buffalo Bandits winning the championship and having them down at the ballpark here, I believe, a couple weeks ago on June 15th. What was that like, Pat?
They're great partners, and look, we know so many of those players come from Southern Ontario that they have other jobs. That's the great story about, I think, of the box lacrosse game and the NLL is these guys do it because they love the game. And a lot of players here at this level, to relate it to minor league baseball, a lot of guys do it just because they love it and they love being around it. So I thought it was great that the Bandits won the championship. Had the chance to be there the last time they had won, and KeyBank Center does a really great job, and the fans selling that place out and having a good atmosphere. So super excited for them. They came out and took batting practice, so I know they had a good time with that. So great to have partners just literally down the street at KeyBank Center in the Bandits. Even the Sabres and the Bills have been great partners in Google Sports Entertainment.
Right now, it looks like a good time for sports in the city of Buffalo with the Bandits. The Bisons are always competitive. The Sabres are a team on the up and rise, and the Bills should be Super Bowl contenders this year.
Yeah, so it's a great time to come down, and we're probably the most affordable of those 4 options. So what better reason than to come down in the middle of the summer, maybe on a summer weekend, or if you've got the night off and can come down here for a 7:05 game. Friday nights are always fun with our fireworks. We have another one of those coming up tomorrow, another big fireworks show. So, family affordable entertainment is the name of the game here. So hopefully we can keep the tradition up and see a lot of our fans from Canada, which make up over 25% of our ticket base. So we love seeing those fans prior to the border shutdown of 2020 and hope they're all able to come back and healthy and safe.
Best place to get tickets at bisons.com.
Yep, bisons.com, and you'll see all the promotional information. We've got a Casey Kendall bobblehead coming up, a second one we haven't announced yet. For those fans of Western New York, 716 Day, we're home on July 16th, so a locally made weekend we're going to announce plans for. So a lot of great stuff to see here at the ballpark.
What time are you and Duke going on air tonight?
5:30 for the 5:35 game. Normally for a regular 9-inning game, 20 minutes before first pitch.
15:20 the bet?
Yep, 15:20 a.m. on your radio dial.
Thank you so much, Pat. I really appreciate this, and I hope you have a great game call tonight with Duke, and thank you so much.
Great to see you at the ballpark, Chris.